Welcome to the AT-335 Inverted Logic Syncing Sourcing and Smith Triggers Lab in Multisim. And this would be part A.
Okay, I've opened up Multisim. We're going to build a circuit. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do part 1 and 2 where we're going to use some standard gates. So let's go ahead and add a gate. TTL. So I'm going to go to 474 LS. I'm going to grab 7400. And I need two of them. So I'm going to go A and B. The next thing I'm going to do is, let's shut that down, is I'm going to go to view and let's make it larger. So let's zoom area. So I'm going to assume that's going to be enough for us. That's much better. Much easier to see, I believe. Okay, so let's go back to our TTL gates. 7402, okay. We got an A and a B. Okay, so let's close that out and we should be able to touch that. Yes. And touch that. Yes. And then we're going to take this gate, click, click, and we're going to tie these together. And what I have here is a 7400 Nand Gate. And when we tie two of the inputs together, we get an inverter. So when we get an inverter, we have two bubbles and they cancel out, and this becomes a straight AND gate. So here we have a 7400. Again, we have the two inputs tied together. This is an inverter. Bubbles cancel. So we end up with a straight OR gate. So let's grab an indicator and let's go to probe, which is the 7-segment LED. Go to probe, and I'm going to grab an orange just because it's there. Let's grab another. Okay. Good. Let's close out of that and let's grab, click, click. Good. Alrighty, so let's finish this up for now. And okay, let's make some inputs here. We have our outputs, and there's a couple of different ways to do it, but I like this one the best. So let's go here to basic. And this allows us to do high and low and not go through the hassle of putting in pull-ups and pull-downs. So we should go down here to SPDT, single pole double throw, SPDT. And it should look like that. Good. And this guy, and let's move it across a little bit, and we're going to need another. Okay, good. So let's send that guy over there and let's close this out for now. What we need to do is I want to flip these guys. So we're going to flip, I'm going to say horizontally. And it, good guess, Gare. All right, and flip horizontally because I want the two inputs over here. And we're going to need two inputs, one per input. So we need two more of these. So let's just copy and paste. Good. And let me see, will it control? It will not. So let's go back to view and let's zoom out. There we go. That's a little better. Yes. Let's move these over here. There we go. Okay. All right, the first thing I want to do is I want to add a VCC. So I'm going to go grab power sources, and let's just go VCC so we don't have to grab a ground or a separate ground. Okay, and now, okay, that's all right. It just says that we have hidden with these gates, which is perfectly good. And we need a ground for our low. Okay. So we could just use 2 of these. And why is it misbehaving? Let's get that back here. And let's zoom back out again. And maybe we move this up a little bit so it won't be so bad. There we go. So I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to go, we're going to go all the way to the bottom. So each one of the bottom of these that will be our low. Let's go up a little bit and we're going to take our 5 volts, go all the way down here, and let's just make this blue so it's not so yeah, let's just leave it. Alrighty, so we're going to go to the top of each one of these. Now let's see if I could change the color of the net here. Right click, net color, good. That should change the whole work. So we're going to make him blue. Cross our fingers it does all of them, and it does. So it's a little neater now. So we're going to run these, each one of these, into one of our inputs. Good. So now these switches are all space. So if I push space, they all go the same time, and we can't have that. So we're going to double click on S1, and I want to make him A, and we pretty much call him anyone, but I'm going to call that A, and it looks like I skipped one, so we're going to make him C, and this guy should be, come on, B. So I could push the keys and change the spaces, or change the conditions. So let's try A. Good. Okay. And should we put probes on them? Nah, let's leave it alone. Okay, let's fire it up. Okay, so we have a high there, so let's make them all low now. So I can actually do that. We could actually click the switch and change position without doing it. But if I had them both at shift key, it would all close. So let's go ahead. What's our unique condition for an AND gate? High, high. So that matches, right? So it acts like a NAND gate, excuse me, an AND gate. So high, high will be high. So what about this guy? Low, low is low. That's our unique condition. So any of these that we turn on is going to give us a high. And so will 2 of them. Okay, so that's basically it on that. Okay, we're back from Multisim, and I got rid of our probes and spread this out a little bit. May look a little different, but basically it's the same thing. We have our inputs that we could do our truth table, and we have these 2. And what we're going to do now is sync and source. So this is a NAND gate, and our unique condition is what? 1, 1 equals 0. Okay, which is a low, which is going to provide us a low. So our LED needs to push, aim towards the gate. This is a NOR gate. Its unique condition is 0, 0, 1. So it's going to provide a voltage, so the arrow of the LED should point towards ground. So we could use a probe for this one, but let's use LEDs, just like almost like the real world. So let's grab some LEDs, and let's do a red one. What the heck? So this one is going to point towards the gate, and this one is going to point away from it. So we're going to need VCC for this one. And we're going to need ground for this one. And we always need a current reducing resistor. Let's go to resistor basic. We're going to go down to resistor and let's grab a 220. That seems to work the best. So let's just put a 220 there and a 220 there. And as you remember, series circuits, we can put that resistor everything because current is the same. So let's rotate this guy 90 degrees clockwise. There we go. So, and we're going to provide him a ground. We're going to make our connections. Let's see here. So, resistor, diode, ground. This is 0, 0, 1. That should work. That is sourcing. So let's get this guy and we're going to rotate him, but we're going to go the other direction. Okay. And this guy. Okay, so this is 1, 1, 0. So we're providing a ground, syncing. So we have a resistor and our LED is pointed towards ground, which will be provided by the gate. So let's try it. Let's go ahead and preset this up. So this is a 1, 1 equals 0. That's good. And this is a 0, 0 equals 1. So that should work. We should be in the unique condition. And we've got a... Good. LEDs are lit up. Red. Red. So let's go ahead and see if we have, and we do. So the only unique condition is high, high, just like the truth table. And let's go down here and let's go C. Okay, that's off. And D, that's off. And C and D, oops, the other direction. And it's still off. Perfect. So that would be sourcing and syncing.